I'm not going to go into your room at night when you sleep and put my eyeshadow on you. That would be weird and unsanitary. So that's not happening. We're going to talk about the best products under $5 and the best products under $10 that are kind of underrated. Let me look at my list here. I have 7 under $10 and 5 under $5. Now, these are products that I legitimately like. So, to be clear, I don't actually have something in every category because I felt like if I did that, I wasn't being truly honest. Now, I am wearing the makeup today. I will say I am baking right now. I'm making cinnamon rolls. So, I am a little bit shiny. Actually, let me go ahead and powder because I'm going to be using the powder that we're talking about today. But I will say this, I love all of these products. They are products that are truly products I love, products that I use, all of that. So let me powder and I'll be right back. Now that I look a little bit more human, let's get into it. Like I said, I am wearing them right now. I really, really like how this look turned out, and these are products I love. So we are going to start with the top 7 products that I really, really like under $10. We'll end with the 5 that I love under $5. Heh, who knew? 5 under 5. That wasn't intentional. I just was thinking about all the products I liked. Or maybe it was intentional. I'm just kidding. I am super sarcastic and a little bit weird. Just know I don't care. All right, so the very first one that I'm going to mention is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Breakup Proof Eyeliner. Now, I don't know if you can see that I have a little bit of a wing on here. This is $5.47 on Amazon, and let me just tell you, this is actually a very recent discovery of mine. I love it so much more than the Epic Link. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. The Epic Ink liner. Oh my gosh. This. I like it better than this. You can see it has a very, very, very skinny tip on here. This is a felt tip, but you can see very precise, very black. One swipe gives great coverage. It's stunning. And actually it lasts really, really well. There are some liners that kind of like crack and stuff. This one doesn't do that. It stays fantastic. I really, really, really like it. And it's super, super cheap. Let me just show you in comparison to the NYX one because I have it right here. And I will say I used the NYX one for a long time because I do like a brush applicator. I don't love a felt tip. Look at those in comparison to each other. This one right here is the Wet n Wild. This is the Epic Ink. Epic Ink. Epic Ink. I'm struggling so hard right now. So that Wet n Wild liner is only about $6. Totally, totally worth the money. I love it so much. Especially because I do a lot of line work sometimes with my character makeup looks, and sometimes some liners get really, really gunked up. And quite frankly, this one's not immune to that, but spending $6 on a liner that gets a little bit gunked up is not a big deal to me. I can handle that. That's fine. This one is actually a newer product. It's not brand new, but it's newer. And it's the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm. Now, this is $9. I will say, you can see on my lips, it has a nice shine. It has a decent scent. It's long-ish lasting. I would say this is very, very comparable to some of the higher end, well, I'm not going to say Ole Henriksen. Ole Henriksen is my holy grail, but this is a great drugstore alternative. I would say that this is probably a little bit more comparable to Summer Fridays. Personally, that's what I would say it's comparable to. This one is fantastic. I do actually really like this one, even though it's newer to my collection, especially my skin is really dry. It's winter. I live in a cold area. Well, I live in the desert, so it tends to get really, really cold, and my lips chap, my skin chaps. I'm ashy. It's no good, and nobody wants to see it. So this, great. I normally will put on slather my lips with some sort of lip treatment before I go to bed at night because otherwise I wake up and it's like crusty dusty. It's never fun. This next one is $9 You can see how much I've actually used this just by looking at it because oh my gosh, I hadn't realized I used it this much. Now, I will say I'm not wearing this lip liner today. It's actually obviously one of my favoriteest colors. So this is, you can't even see the everything's like basically rubbed off at this point. But this is the ColourPop lip liners. Let me double check the name. Okay, so these are the ColourPop Lippy Lip Pencils. I love these. Now you're going to have to look at my weird swatches on my arm for just a minute because I still have my eyeliner swatches. But I love the way that these look. They are so creamy, so pigmented. I feel like once they set down, well, let me let it set down. They are nice. They wear off evenly, even though they're not the longest lasting. I find that it's okay with me if something doesn't last all day, as long as it wears off evenly. That I'm not going to look like a crazy person with all of my lipstick on and this weird harsh line. If it's wearing off with my lipstick, that's actually okay with me. And I think that these present a great option for that. It looks so good. I love this lip liner. And again, only $9. So worth it in my opinion. And they have so many colors. So this is actually one of my, obviously it's one of my most used. I'm gonna have to replace this particular color because I really like that color. But when it sets down, like you can smudge it a little bit, but it mostly stays in place, which I do like. And it's really, really creamy to apply. So I don't know why no more people don't talk about ColourPop's lip liners, but they're really good. All right, this next one, under $10, kind of had its moment and blew up because they came out at the same time as some of the Patrick Ta glitter duos. Now, I never bought those. However, I did buy some of the Finest Fleck e.l.f. eyeshadows. These are $7 a piece, which I know for one eyeshadow isn't great, but I'm wearing it on my eyes right now. It's really pretty. I actually really like it. Like I said, I only have two colors. I keep thinking I want to get the more champagne-y one, and I haven't yet. So eventually that will probably happen. But let me just open this because this one's my favorite color. It's got this like blue to purpley pink shift in it, and it's so pretty. This one is, hold please. This one is straight fire. Let me just swatch this one really quick because there's a reason this one is my favorite. Isn't that so pretty? I will say I do still like Space Cowboy and all of this, but that is just so pretty. It could be a very easy one and done eyeshadow. The other one that I have is named Filthy Rich. This color I still like. I think it's pretty. It's not one I gravitate towards as much, but I actually really like the formula of this, which surprised me, especially for it being e.l.f. Let's swatch it right above. You see, I kind of swatched it right over the top of it, but still really pretty, right? Or I think so. You don't have to think so. That's fine. I won't force you, probably. I won't force you, probably. I'm not going to go into your room at night when you sleep and put my eyeshadow on you. That would be weird and unsanitary. So that's not happening. This one I counted it as one, even though technically it's two separate products. But the next one on my list is the e.l.f. Power Grip Blush and Bronzer. These are $9 a piece, and they are so good. They're very versatile. They have a lot of colors. I I don't know why nobody made a fuss out of these when they came out. This is actually the blush I have on today. It's this really pretty, soft, corally pink color. Stunning, really, really fantastic and nice. The bronzer too, the way that this goes onto the skin, I really, really like. And I am a texture person to my core. The texture of this is nice. I don't find that I get like weird spots, that it picks up weird in certain places. I mean, unless I like spray something over the top of my face, that's inevitable. But I really, really like the primer infused blush and bronzer, and I have multiple colors of the blush because I like it that much. They're only $9, and I know it probably doesn't look like it, but I do use these. I have a lot of makeup, so sometimes it kind of depends on the time of year, um, as well as how light or dark I am, as well as kind of what I'm gravitating towards at that moment, but I love these. I kind of want to threaten to like put my makeup on people while people are sleeping. The trend where it's like they call me the midnight barber. I kind of want to say that to someone and see what they say, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. All right, the next one, that's the only thing I have in my brows today, is the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel. Now, this one actually was a recent discovery of mine. It looks like this. I recently discovered it because people kept saying how good it was, and I really didn't like the e.l.f. or the NYX Lip uh, Thick It Stick It, I think it's called. I don't remember. But I felt like it never held my brows up the way that I wanted it to. I always kind of had them fall, or they looked a little bit weird, or they picked up my brow product, or brow products were hard to put on top of them. This one, I mean, I will say I never use these brushes on this end. I probably could. I just never feel the need to. But this stuff I feel like stays in place, but it's not super like crusty or there's no white residue. It's really, really good. And I feel like this one, I don't have as many problems with like color transfer or the color coming off in a weird way. I love this. So good. And it's really, really affordable. I know this is e.l.f. and we've mentioned a lot of e.l.f. products up until this point, and there's still a few more to come, but this is great. Okay, I have to tell the truth. I did not put any mascara in here because there's not a drugstore mascara that's under $10 that I love. Most of them are just a little bit higher, and I was trying not to cheat at all. So you're welcome for that. But the very last under $10 category is the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. Now, this one was talked about for a little while, and then it kind of just fell off the face of the earth. But this is what that looks like. Now, I want to specify hydrating concealer, not the other one. The other one is trash. No good. It's like cement. This one, though, the hydrating one, is fantastic. It's such a nice formula. It's really creamy. It goes on well. I feel like they have a decent amount of colors. It is fantastic. I love this one. Stopgap. I feel like it has decent coverage, like not the worst, not the best. I feel like it's probably solidly in the middle there, which is perfect for me. I don't want something that's going to be 100% coverage. I like some of my skin poking through. That is perfect for me. All right, now moving on to the under $5. This is one that it was kind of an interesting category to look at because I hadn't realized how many I had that were actually under $5 that I really enjoyed. So let's get into it. Okay, the first one is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Eyeshadow Primer. I have to say, this is actually one that I've mentioned on multiple occasions. It's not the cutest packaging. It is fantastic. Oh, I forgot to mention the price. It's $4.98. This one, I have to wear an eyeshadow primer because although my face is dry, my eyelids get a little oily. And this is such a good eyeshadow primer. I would compare it actually to the Urban Decay Primer Potion. That used to be my holy grail, actually, before I discovered this one. And I have not gone back. I have used this one religiously since I discovered it. It really is that good. Now it's transparent. It's much like the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This one is transparent. So if you're looking for something that's going to add like a base like P. Louise does, this will not do it for you. This is barely translucent. But it is such a good eyeshadow primer and keeps my eyeshadow on all day. All day. This next one is the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liners. They are $3. $3. And it's actually the lip liner I'm wearing. This one is very, very close to my skin tone. So this is very much a your lips but better situation. I hate it when people say that, but that's what this is. So looking at it, these are very, very creamy and smooth formula. I will say these are even a little bit less long lasting than the ColourPop ones, but they're very creamy. They wear evenly and they have and they're so cheap. Like, I just feel like you can't go wrong. Even if you have to reapply a little bit of lip liner, you're not going to go wrong with this. It's just nice. It's a nice formula. It applies great. And it sticks to like the real original e.l.f. motto of affordable, right? But you can see the ColourPop one kind of mostly stayed in place. Well, actually, that one did better than I remember. But I mean, you can see it did wear off a little bit more. I think that that's pretty reasonable to assume that a $3 lip liner is going to do that. But I still actually really like it. Moving on. All right, this next one I feel like will come as no surprise because a lot of people have talked about this one. This one is $4.99. It is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. The Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. Now, this is one that I feel like people know how good it is because it really is one of the best highlighters on the market, period. It is, I'm gonna, so soft, but you can build it up. Like, do you see, like, there's a sheen there, but it's soft, and that was a lot. Like, I could go in again with what's left over on my finger and just get something really subtle. I love this so much, and it's $4.99. Truly, I don't wear as much highlighter as I used to, but this I use. So this is one that I feel like no one ever talks about. It is $4.99 as well. This is another Wet n Wild product. It is the Mega Last Contour Stick. That's not what it is. Makeup stick. This is a bronzer. Okay, I have said this many times. Their shade range for this, not great. I understand that. They don't have a ton of colors. But this is just, I love this bronzer. It is easy to blend out. It's like the perfect amount of creaminess to me. I don't like it when something is overly creamy. It's just pretty. And this one happens to be the perfect color for me, even though it's the darkest one. I know. It makes me mad, but also happy that I get to enjoy it. I'm a horrible person. We'll just go with that. But it's $4.99. It is actually one I use a lot. You can see this is a little bit dirty because I definitely use it. All right, last but not least, this last one is also $4.99, is the Brighten Up Banana Powder. Now, this is what I actually put on earlier when I was powdering my face, when I was looking real greasy. Love this. This is really affordable. I will say the top layer, you don't get the true experience of the formula, but once you start using it a little bit more, you get this really soft pressed powder, and I love it so much. It doesn't make my skin look extra dry or cakey or anything like that. I use it to make sure my eyelids are set in place, that any excess moisture is absorbed. This is fantastic. This is actually a new-ish one. You can see I've dug into it a little bit because I had to scrape off some hard pan from me putting my grubby little fingers in there. But this is so good. I actually recently ran out of my last one, so this was a repurchase for me, which I want to say this is the first and only time I've repurchased a pressed powder. Fantastic. So good. I love it so much. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and put your favorite affordable makeup product in the comments down below. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. If we have different tastes on makeup or whatever the case may be, please drop it down below. I want to hear it. Thanks for watching. Bye.